Yeah, we'll see how he does up in that lane. I think mid one, though, never afraid of a challenge and could be an exciting one.
Yeah.
And also, you know, mid one, he wins his lane too much, I feel. Let's give him a challenge. Let's put him in an unfavorable matchup and see if we can get him to, you know, fail. I want to see him fail. I'll say it. All right, Lacoste, you want to do the meadful again?
Nah, you just guys take it over. I'm done. I'm just gonna sit in my
chill,
chair, watch
chill,
the
dude.
game, chill, and you do the hard work.
All right.
Just keep pulling funny faces at me. You make me smile, Lacoste.
Enjoy it.
Let's play some Dota.
Alrighty, yeah, my name is Nomad, his name is Gareth, and we're going to cast some Dota for you. And what some Dota we have? We've got Team Secret versus Team Gambit. As Gambit were leading most of last game, but couldn't quite put the final dagger into the heart of the beast, and did end up with a horrifying turnaround on their hands. Game number 2. Now they're going to try and repeat the same thing they did at the start and maybe actually put an end to this one afterwards. Meanwhile, Team Secret, they're probably looking for a cleaner game and a faster game themselves.
Yeah, and we've seen a little bit of that, right? First game going pretty long, while the second game gets snapped up pretty quickly by the, by the better team, as we'd like to say it.
Yeah, I don't think that's unfair.
30 seconds to battle.
Never ceases to make me chuckle. The Seb spam. But for sure, I think Team Secret here really do have this game locked in.
Yeah, I don't have the same doubts about their laning phase. Like, their lanes, top lane, it's not winnable. Like, well, I'm sorry, bottom lane, it's not winnable. You know, Dahak and Warlock is just, it's just too tanky.
The battle begins.
But right now, they're actually split across the map. Nisha forced back a little bit.
So we have Zion the Tide down bottom, all on his lonesome. What's he got? Stout Shield. Looks like he might go for the early level of Gush just to try and secure that range creep at the very least, which is what we do often see from Tides when they grab that Stout in that early laning stage. Facing off against Immersion Rubik, Dahak on the Wraith King. That should be decent for Zai down here. Not a massive amount of kill threat from the two he's up against. That means that our mid lane will be that Necro of Afo versus mid one's Ember Spirit, which is pretty hard for the Ember, all things considered. I'm interested to see how the Heartstopper Aura change will modify this mid lane matchup. I think it should still be Necro favored for the most part.
Yeah, I can't really see him struggling too much with this one. Of course, does that mean that the Flame Guard's going to block it now?
Because it's magic damage, does Flame Guard soak it?
Should do, right?
Does that make it even worse for Ember? Zai down bottom, getting picked at. Looks like he is okay with that Stout Shield and a salve to fall back on.
Yeah, they're taking scoops out of the watermelon, but they can't break the carcass, meanwhile. Yeah, I'm fairly sure it should soak up the... Yeah. I don't know, let's find out.
I mean, if it does, that's worse for Ember Spirit, because he doesn't want Flame Guard to be popped by the Heartstopper Aura, right?
That's true, but it's very slight damage, so it's going to take a very long time for that to actually pop the Flame Guard.
It's just like the slight damage on top of Death Pulse. You've got to always consider the ability to pop it like that as well. So top lane is actually going to be kind of a 2.5 lane here from Secret. They're guarding Yapsor's farming area in that jungle by aggressively dual laning Lion and Sven against this Pango and Warlock.
Yeah, whilst they leave the Tide to suffer alone at bottom. Meanwhile, Apo dropping kind of low here, but just racing forwards. He's got a Fairy Fire, he's got a Death Pulse, just trying to threatening mid one a little bit. Both heroes dropping very low. There is a double damage rune up here at top, which Yapsil goes to scout out and defend for mid one, so should come back into that lane and keep this lead in the CS charts. Meanwhile, Zai down at bottom against Dahak and Immersion. How are you meant to pronounce it? Dahak.
Dahak. Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. If it doesn't hurt your throat, you're not saying it right.
It's a real H. Give it everything you got.
Mid one still just trying to keep Alpha out of the lane, basically. And it's 9-3 versus 12-3. It's a pretty good start for the Ember.
It's a really good start for the Ember, and this double damage rune really helps him mitigate a lot of what Alpha Ninja brings as well. Being able to secure a lot of these last hits, which is also removing denies from that Necro, potentially, as they do go for a play up top and find a kill on the Pango.
That's Afterlife dropping down.
How does that happen? It's level 1 Stormhammer, level 1 Impale, and they've got a Warlock with Shadow Word, but still the Pango dies.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but, well, there's that chains coming out from the Warlock. fatal bonds. Super annoying to play against. Meanwhile, Zai, he's running out of trees to hide behind here. He was just trying to hang around by these little trees and slowly been eaten away at by the Rubik. Little hidey hole gone. Nice dodge there from mid one in the middle lane. Sleight of fist just to get rid of the death pulse. Keeping it fresh and funky.
It's not easy to do. You have to make sure that the collision of the projectile lands when you're right next to it, or else it does follow you.
Yeah, and the projectile is not accurate with the actual damage instance either, which amongst short distances is very minor, but over longer distances,
disappears.
like, yeah, you just get hit by nothing, and then this illusion comes flying at you, and you're like, what's going on?
How have I died?
Yeah.
Everything pretty slow here for Gambit to start things off. And just securing farm on that Wraith King, get as quickly as he possibly can.
Ooh, it's going to be a highly contested rune here. If mid one goes for it, yep, certainly will. Afo's not going to make it in time. Could deny it maybe, but he stops for CS.
And 309 move speed on Ember Spirit. It's the 283 of Necro, not a chance.
Ooh, big crit coming in the bottom lane. The hack manages to take down Zai. Fadebot helping out with that one as well a lot. Meanwhile, up here in the top lane, it's the Pangolier and the Warlock. They've already fallen once somehow against these guys. So playing it very, very far back here. Not contesting this range creep whatsoever. Just letting Nisha do what he wants. And he's already taken the lead in the last hits. The stun comes out. The Stormhammer as well. The heal is through. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is this time around. He swashbuckles himself away. The harass, it's coming in from the Warlock. But with this Warcry, it's just not really doing anything. Meanwhile, Immersion decides to end it all. Well, stun out onto FNG. Warlock, he's going to have to try and heal himself this time, using those mangoes to get the mana to keep himself alive. As a jump away, Stormhammer will hit, but a little bit too late. Afterlife.
This secures them. Bounty runes, though. Double top there for Yapso, it looks like he'll grab. Immersion does get the double down bottom. Zai, unfortunately, out of position for the bounties as they do spawn.
Yeah, Immersion, they're doing a really good job there. Like, the suiciding at the right time so that he comes back in full mana and full HP to help contest those bounty runes off Zai. Let's see. That's a good play. Oh, Zai. He's having such a miserable time. He tries to go for the pull. Creep's dragged away from him by the Rubik. Knows the timings. No, he can't get it. The creeps have already met. Oh,
that's never happening. There's a catapult wave as well.
So well played for the Rubik. Immersion. Looking for mid one here, but he can't get the Fade Bolt in on time. I don't know if the death...
He might just die to this. He can't slight anything. Yeah, Flame Guard on cooldown still.
You missed the kill shot. How? The tower blocked the kill shot.
Meanwhile, the Rubik does get picked off on the way out. Yeah.
Script, stop. What are we doing?
Alrighty then.
Jesus. All right, yeah. Immersion does take a fall. Absol grabs that one. Oh, I'm going to have nightmares tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, you can't contest this Enigma's farming area. He's going to have Eidolons all over the place. Rubik does go through looking for the Ember Spirit, but swinging back through the danger zone. Not ideal for him. And we do start to see now this Necro picking up the pace a little bit. 32 and 12 over on Afo.
Damage. Zai, let's get him, boys. Gambit
goodness.
Jumping up on him here. They've got a stun from the hack, but he gets distracted by the catapult. Damn carries the attention span of a peanut.
He wants to push the wave.
He wants the farm. He doesn't care about wave. He doesn't care about meta. He just wants money. I know his type. I am his type. Dirty carry player.
Getting Midas is coming out. Sven has one queued. Wraith King, of course, heading into Hand of Midas himself. And both of them looking to really ramp up and scale as quickly as possible. But look at Wraith King's denies. 23 for Dahak, already up and running.
Yeah, he's really putting it to Zai here. Just taking control of this lane. But yeah, pretty equal between him and the Sven, all things considered, because those denies just aren't worth that much. Got the strength on Nisha as well, used just to clear that camp a little bit earlier as well. Will now be on cooldown, but it's not a big deal. There's no real kill threat with this Warlock heal coming out on everybody.
Yeah, he's pushed his wave all the way up as well onto that tier 1, so he can just fall back, efficiently farm jungle.
Yep, with that Midas as well. If you had a Hand of Midas which turned anything to gold, what would you turn to gold?
Anything. Well, what? I don't understand. Yeah, if I could turn anything into gold, I mean poop. I would turn my poop into gold. Like, come on.
Someone really buy gold poop? Well, Immersion...
I mean, it's gold. You just melt it down.
Oh, that's a good point. Immersion is going to get run down by Yapsor. Once again, dead to come into Yapsor's jungle, and him and his little boys, the wee Eidolons, just chase him out.
Yeah, we were right about the build. Skipping over the helm and straight into the Guardian Greaves. Yapsor wants to get that sustain going for his team. And this does mean that Zai potentially here going to go into that Phase Boots, Drums, maybe the Vlad's build on the Tide Hunter for Zai. Try and get the double aura stacking going with those two big teamfight heroes between the Tide and the Enigma. That allows Ember Spirit and Sven to potentially go a little more greedier, but most certainly more damage-oriented.
I think I'd turn my deceased relatives into gold. Wouldn't that be a really cool, like, momentum? Like a gold statue of that would be dope if you died and someone turned you into gold and made a gold statue of you. That'd be super cool, I think.
But they didn't make a statue of you, they made a statue with you.
I mean, I'm into it. I'd probably get
Go wild, Nomad.
Yeah. So if you're saying if you died, you wouldn't want to be turned to gold and put up in, like, I don't know, a museum somewhere.
No, I want to be turned into
the
a
top lane,
tree.
Nisha could be in some trouble as a Rolling Thunder come through from Afterlife. They will connect. They're going to need a little bit more damage. It's not going to be enough. Nisha's actually going to be able to escape from this one. They might even get the return kill into Pangolier. 3 heroes, 4 heroes coming in and punishing the Pangolier. Everybody
5.
protecting Nisha at all costs.
5 heroes. Mid one arrives. Can TP straight back down to bottom lane to continue farming as well. But my goodness, Yapsaw, Puppey, they're all rallying around this Nisha Sven to defend him. And of course, Sai there didn't even have to use Ravage. He's level 7, has that big ulti ready and raring to go, as well as the Black Hole from Yapsaw. So we might see an aggressive move from Secret just to try and get some utilization out of that.
See, you could be quite lured into the possibility of believing that this game is just Nisha versus Dahak, the 2 carries versus one another. But you've got to look towards his middle lane, where the Necrophos is he's tremendously farmed. Like, he's having a great time. Mid one trying to come back, though, just with the rotations. Does do a lot more with his money than the Necrophos do. But then you also have to look at the 3 positions as well, where the Enigma's having a great time. I mean, technically he's in 4 position, but yeah, I don't know. It's a multifaceted game when it comes to
That's Dota 2.
farmed. Yeah.
But it very much is, so there's parallel races, right? We're looking at these kind of spectrums overlapping on top of each other, where Dahak and Nisha very much racing against each other. Enigma's kind of racing against the Pango. But there's it's almost as if Secret have like an additional runner, right? It's a relay race where Secret have this +1, which is the Tide Hunter, which is technically an additional core, getting some farm priority, whereas, Rubik, Warlock still reasonably poor down in the dumps. Puppey has his Tranquil Boots in level 6. We've got our ultimates up and ready now for Team Secret. Still being very passive, not deciding to go for any outward movements, not wanting to be over-aggressive in any scenarios. And I guess with Ravage and Black Hole, they are both very good, counter-initiation or tower defensive tools.
Puppey's going to see one in the trees here, but the Necrophos automatically on top of them there. Death Ball's coming through as well. Nisha actually comes in with the God Strength. The Golem gets dropped. The Black Hole, that is actually fantastic. Catching the Pangolier up on the high ground. Now it's going to put an end to shenanigans. Puppey comes in with the finger to make sure of it. Secret currently getting 1 kill from this. Immersion being chased down as well. Might make it 2. Mid one's on top. The Side of Fist will do the finishing blow. Immersion, he's gone. Our foe looking for maybe a little bit more, but I don't think Ember Spirit is really realistic kill right now. They don't have the burst potential, they don't have the damage, they do have a Reaper's Scythe. I mean, they can keep on chasing here, but I just don't think he's going down.
Yeah, mid one there with 9-1 charges and another Remnant to boot. Really nothing the Necro can do to stop him, just diving in under that tier 1. But again, we come back to it. I thought maybe that with the Tide Hunter and Enigma, they'd go and make a smoke play and play aggressively, but we saw there exactly why they don't. It's such a great duo to defend towers, or at least fight around towers. Unfortunately, even though they do get a kill and make a really nice fight around that tier 1 mid, it still falls.
Yep. So now Team Secret maybe at a bit of a disadvantage. We've seen how important these tier 1 towers can be throughout the rest of the day and throughout yesterday as well. A lot of blood being drawn to defend these tier 1 towers. Now Gambit possibly an opportunity to take advantage of this. Push Yapsaw in his jungle. It's a possibility. So Afo, he's going... what is he going for, actually?
On the Necro, he's going Yule Scepter.
Oh, yours, okay.
I think he's got the majority of it on the Courier. Still needs that Void Stone. So probably going to pop back into the jungle, farm a couple of camps. Should be pretty close to it. Unfortunately, he's overlapping farming areas with Dahak, who is trying to get towards that Radiance after the Hand of Midas. Takes out the triple camp. So Afo, yeah, has to come down towards bottom lane itself. Try and force out some towers here. At least this tier 1 should be an easy one. Team Secret very unlikely to defend it. It is the Radiant bottom tier 1. Opposite side of the map to Roshan. They've got pressure mid, they've got pressure top. Not really too much to worry about down there for Secret.
Yeah, quite like to see Immersion coming in, just kind of trying to take down some of these. As Yapsor just refreshing his Eidolons, being super annoying. Zai coming in trying to blast the mid tower down. Meanwhile, Afterlife in the trees once again trying to escape from mid one as the Hex comes through. They've wrapped around the back of the Rubik here. Zai's on top of him, Yapsor as well. Immersion's surrounded. They need a couple more right clicks though. They've actually had to back themselves away, but finally will fall to Yapsor. Martha's actually finished them off, and now comes the Rolling Thunder. Zai locked down. In comes the Fatal Bonds as well. Zai could be in trouble. He actually blasts the creeps, but it's not quite enough. And now with the Ravage coming through, they're looking towards the Wraith King. To hack on the run. He's dropping low. He's got a second life if he needs to use it. Can even throw out the stun and still have mana for that second life as mid one's coming to run him down. Alpho is in deep though, dropping low, but probably goes drop. But there comes a finger, but the Golem on top of them as well. Alpho keeping himself alive. Reaper's Scythe comes in, but does not finish off Nisha, but he will die all the same immediately afterwards. Oh, mid one trying to get down to the low ground whilst finishing off Alpho, realizing that's probably not a possibility, so just runs himself away. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage coming through onto Puppey there. Puppey does get disintegrated.
Oh, one of those really tight fights where you could see the indecisiveness of Team Secret. They were kind of skirting in and out. A really nice pirouette by Zai, has to be said. A little dodge around the Rolling Thunder to get the Ravage off as it ends. Set up for a decent Sven initiation to stun up and move forward towards Dahak. But there was this, stutter step, this back and forth between the Enigma, the Sven, and that Lion. Not quite sure whether they wanted to commit for that Reincarnation pop on the Wraith King, because, taking out level 1 Reincarnation is a long-ass cooldown.
Yeah.
But they couldn't quite get it at the start of the fight, and they felt that they were overextending, and FNG showed them exactly why. You do look at Gambit now with reasonably long cooldowns.
Chains off. He doesn't actually have a point in chains, that's why. Still just gonna have to chase him on foot. Mid one trying to run him down. He's got the phase boots, he's got the Sleight of Fist spam, and Immersion can't really do anything against this. One more Sleight of Fist will be needed. No, it won't. He gets him with the Flame Guard all the same, but now the yours comes out from Alpho here. Mid one, he's got no remnant to jump to right now. He's gonna have to throw one out, gets up onto the cliff. Nope, never mind, gets down the other side. Rolling Thunder comes down. Oh, he gets stuck in the stupid spot.
Oh.
Just spamming out voice lines from there.
So close. Mid one just let away scot-free pretty much. Finally now has a point in the Searing Chains.
Yep, no hold back FNG.
Gambit, lots of long cooldown ultis though. Reincarnation gone for 100 seconds, 70 now on the Golem. So Team Secret most certainly have a period now of this game for the next minute and a half or so where they can really push forward, farm aggressively, get up in this dire jungle with the ward coverage that they already have, and at the same time keep Nisha off the map farming jungle to make sure he gets that BKB timing as quickly as possible. Pre-20 minutes, ideally, for him.
Yes, that would certainly be very, very tasty. Meanwhile, Sven's working towards his BKB. But yeah, Dahak's going to have this relic in no time at all, actually.
FNG knows how to play Warlock. He has the hand of Midas queued.
Oh, God.
He knows it is a late-game hero.
Yeah, he wants it all. He wants it all. He wants the talents, 60% XP gain at level 15, makes the Midas even more valuable. And then, of course, able to farm up those huge items like the Aghanim Scepter. Aghanim's, of course, changed slightly, where now it can stun twice in a row rather than just stunning once, which makes it much, much better than before. The Aghanim's so much more valuable, just giving them an extra 0.4 seconds of stun time.
Yeah, it's like Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos all over again. Golems falling from the sky.
I don't know what it is, but it sounds cool.
Oh, my sweet summer child. Maelstrom for Ember Spirit. Here we go. Mid one finally has an item and he's ready to play. He can shove out bot wave, also rejoin his teammates up top by TPing to Shrine. It doesn't look like Secret, though, committing onto the tier 2 as very well read. Feeling out that Gambit were prepping a defense there around this chaotic offering, coming back off cooldown. Reincarnation ready in 5. So Team Secret knew exactly what timing they were playing with.
Yeah, meanwhile, mid one just defending this bottom lane, so can't be involved in anything up at top, and that will force Secret out there, but I don't think they were ever thinking of going for anything. Just seeing if anybody shows easily enough, but now they clear out the enemy jungle, so everything back to peaceful. 1k gold advantage. Secret getting a fair few kills, but the money is pretty even right now.
And you got to say that favors Secret here. With the big wombo combos, with the big teamfight ultis, especially around Roshan, and again, like I said, around these tier 1 towers, the defensive ability that Secret have, and the maneuverability of heroes like this Ember Spirit to jump across the map.
I mean, part of me wants to say that Gambit still look pretty good in the late game. They've got the Rubik. Once he gets an Aghanim, this is going to be an absolutely ridiculous game for him. They've got the Warlock as well, who scales really nicely. But then you look at Secret's here, they basically have 4 cores right now. and a Lion, who also scales. No, I'm not using it.
Use it.
You're looking at me, trying to get me
Well,
to say pseudo scaling.
I heard the gap in your in the sentence there.
Yeah, no.
No, not bringing yourself to do it. Fair enough. BKB about a grand away for Nisha now. Just needs another minute and a half, 2 minutes or so to finish that one up, and Team Secret will be balling in this game. Yapzor has the Greaves done, doesn't he? Yeah, and already halfway towards Blink, so you're going to have that item timing coincide really nicely with Greaves, Blink, Enigma, BKB, Sven on top of the Echo Saber, Midas, Ember Spirit. Won't have his Radiance just yet, as he is swinging into that after the Maelstrom, but he's going to be the one that's playing the map. He'll be showing out on lanes, shoving out these waves if there is very little to catch him outside of a telekinesis into, what, Wraithfire Blast? And even then, I don't think they've got the damage to kill him off before he can slight Remnant away. So
No, I'd
mid-one,
actually
a pretty
like to
easy
see
split-pushing game.
even like an Orchid or something, just to force him into building like BKB or something like
Yules
that.
or-
Otherwise, yeah, he's just not going to do it. And you know,
Oh, he sees the Necro cutting the wave, and Puppey TPing to the shrine, catches with a stun. This Necro way out in no man's land, forces FNG to throw the Chaotic Offering in, and here comes the Ravage. Catching two, down you go, the Black Hole expended, not really useful as the Finger of Death did finish off Afo already, and they will take down FNG. Nisha bursting through Dahak as the Pango arriving, looking for Puppey in the back end. The Skelly Bros will finish him off. Mid-one, charging into the back lines, wants immersion, but Wraithfire blasted, held in place. Critted down to half HP, but he's got the slight. The kill on Rubik, and poor Afterlife. I live up to his name and join everybody else in heaven. 4 heroes down for Gambit, and all they get is a lowly Lion, that position 6 of Secret.
Dota players don't go to heaven. Mid-one, grabbing himself a bounty rune to hack as well. Looks like it's going to go even, I want to say, but actually I think, oh, they managed to pick themselves up an extra one on Team Secret. Look at that gold coming in. They're making that money, but FNG also finding himself some gold, getting towards that Midas all the quicker.
Man, that was a fight where Black Hole did literally nothing.
Yeah, oh no, he black holed the Golem actually.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
you know, no Golem in that fight. Really turned it around for Secret there. It was looking bad until that point.
Most certainly an awkward move from Gambit, though. Trying to cut that wave. You could see what they were doing, trying to stop mid-one from getting that free push onto the tier 1, coming back and cutting the wave just to make sure that they get a little bit of momentum back their
the
way.
Necro out in his old and trying to just starting a fight when maybe you should have just let the Necro die. I'm not too sure, but
Yeah.
either way, Secret now with a 3k gold advantage, 13-5 on the scoreline. They're looking to recreate the exact same thing again. This time they go into Alpha, trying to bring him down. There's not going to be any big spells this time, but Mid-one's just jumping in the backlines. He's found 2 supports right next to each other, both chains going onto them, and he can just hunt them down. Meanwhile, the backlines are trying to blow up Puppey here. Puppey, though, going to just be able to make his way up the steps. Now the Rolling Thunder coming, rocking through, but it's not keeping anybody alive. FNG, Apo, they are both gone. Wraith King, he's going to need a miracle to keep himself alive in this situation. Secret, they have surrounded him. They brought him down once. Can they do it twice? I think they probably can.
Midas. He used it.
Yep.
Not a good feel, though, for Gambit. Twice in quick succession, they make that play down to bottom lane. I don't know if they're just trying to take that tier 2 or get some wards deep in that Radiant jungle, but they are very heavily committed and focused in that bottom lane area just to try and defend the tier 1 there. But I would much prefer to see them pushing mid, pushing top, taking control of Roshan, getting the much more important objectives.
Play around that Roche, take a fight there, and you get yourself Roshan. But maybe they know they're not going to win the fights. They're just like, oh, if we play the fights at bottom, Secret can't get anything for it. But they are looking to pressure this tier 1.
Yeah, to be fair, they are fighting out in the open, away from choke points, where, of course, Black Hole, Ravage get a lot of added value.
That's true. That's true. Afo trying to find the damage onto Zai. The Hex comes out. They're going to have to use a Golem to try and defend him right now. He comes to Fatal Bonds as well, but there's a Ravage. Afo taken down. Another death in the bottom lane for Afo. Do not come here. Puppey, he's getting stunned up a little bit, but I mean, it's not going to do anything.
Wraith King respawns and he's like, guys, I have a TP, but you've died already. Wasted Chaotic Offering, and they're diving in for more Secret. They're going to find that Pango. Nisha's now dominating, and mid-one, oh, of course, he's thirsty. He tastes blood in the water. Immersion going to get jumped on by Puppey, and mid-one, the Hex is there. The Sentry plopped down under the tier 3. Not entirely sure why, but they will grab the additional kill.
Zai's like, don't worry, guys, I'm going to tank it for the Sentry.
Keep the Sentry alive.
He actually is. Good shit.
This feels like endgame, honestly. 20-5 at 23 minutes. It's a 9k lead, but Team Secret, even without having their full arsenal of abilities ready, still feel incredibly strong just having Black Hole as a fallback plan. They've got Blink arriving for Yapzor as well now, so he has Blink Black Hole, level 15 already up, of course, with that GPM talent going, so items flowing into his pockets very quickly.
High ground has fallen. Team Secret leaving scars behind them in the enemy base right now, and they can look towards Shrine if they want to. They can look towards Roshan if they want to. The world is their oyster.
I wonder if Nisha gets
look
bored.
Look at Midwood just coming into the middle lane. Surely he's going to be punished for this.
No, they can't. Well, maybe now they can. He has one remnant. Emotion has multiple remnants. Doesn't go for the catch.
Come on.
Still so spooked.
Doesn't go for the remnant fight, like the grand chase.
I do wonder if Nisha gets bored playing Sven, going the same items every game.
No.
I guess this time he's slotted a Midas in, so he's getting them quicker. But it still is Echo Saber, Blink, BKB. Oh, he's changed it. He's not going AC this time. Fair enough. Daedalus being queued up for Nisha. So maybe he did get a bit bored. He's like, I'm done with AC. I'm going damage.
Yeah, his team is screaming, oh, we need AC for the extra damage for Sleight of Fist. And he's like, nah. You build the AC. That's the support. I mean, AC's a support item, right? So it gives an aura. It
wouldn't dare pick a support item on a core hero.
Confirmed.
Easy Roche.
Yeah, FNG, well, he's going to upheaval it. So there's that.
Ravage should be coming up reasonably soon. 4 seconds. Tidehunter has it.
More than reasonably soon, in fact. And they're just looking at the hack in the pit, who's taking so much burn damage here from the Radiance, from the Flame Guard, from the Midnight Pulse. Now 2 of them chained together. He's just losing all his HP with the Rubik Remnants, leaving them around all over the place.
Meanwhile, Nisha sneaks out a bounty rune. Might be able to get an additional one now as well, but Gambit do swing the Necro towards the bottom pair, as Afo hasn't had a spectacular game. Coming out of that laning stage where he did get reasonably handled by Ember Spirit, given the matchup. That double damage rune, of course, helped Midwood out significantly.
Yeah, good lane, bad everything else, I'd say, for poor old...
He's even going back into Greaves on the Necro now.
Ugh. That sounds awkward.
Phase boots Greaves.
Yeah.
Feels a little weird, but that's what his captain has said he needs.
Sorry, sir. Right away, sir. Meanwhile...
This is a long smoke.
Yeah, they're going for this one. They've got themselves a Pangolier if they want it, and there they come. Just everything dumped on his face right now. Afterlife, he's just evaporated.
They've still got Blink Black Hole. They've got Ravage, but no Blink on Tide just yet. 300 gold off of it for Zai.
Ravage. Afo finds Mid1 here. Or did Mid1 find him, or did they just stumble across each other? Nobody really seemed prepared to go on the other one. And Blink back from Nisha. It's just that they just want to focus up on towers right now. Zai leading the charge in. The Warcry as well makes Zai incredibly tanky. But Gambit, I mean, they're not really to make any jumps. They wouldn't jump them if they had 5 heroes, let alone 4.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Blink on the Tide.
That's so dangerous now. Gambit don't have any BKBs, right? Necro's not going to buy one. Wraith King's nowhere near one. He's going into Maelstrom after the Raddy Blade Mail. So this Blink BKB, Blink Ravage, Blink Black Hole is going to be huge for Secret.
Especially now. Blinking in, the lift comes out, the Golem dropped down as well. Midwood trying to fire up, but it's going to be Immersion. The first one to port the BKB, FNG gone as well. Both supports taken out on the side of Gambit. Benicia, he's running out of targets right now, but I mean, no one can fight him anyway.
They have Ravage.
Yeah, they're just sitting on the front lines here. And there comes out Ravage. In comes Nisha with the cleave coming out. Black Hole beautifully done onto 3. Immersion will cancel it. Maybe letting the Pangolier get out, but I mean, they've had to buy back on the Wraith King already. Yapzor just jumping straight away in. And just like that, one team fight, perfect usage of the spells. Team Secret put an ending to this game.
Super simple from start to finish. They're dropping their items on the high ground as well near that tier 3 tower. Just asserting their dominance over Gambit in this one. Nowhere near close enough.
No, that was a really nicely done.
Outclassed.
Yep. Team Secret finding their feet in game number 2. Game number 1 looked a little bit sketchy, but game number 2, this is the secret we know. This is a secret we love. And they really just kind of gave it to Gambit. Lacoste, what are your main pickups when watching that game there?
If you compare position 4s in this game, you have Rubik, who has 3,000 net worth, and you have this Enigma, who has around